been one of the top income earners in every company he has worked, and in one 5-year period developed over 200 six-figure earners on his personal team. He started his network marketing career as a 20-year-old, frustrated kid living in a tiny 600-square-foot home and driving a beat-up Chevy Chevette. I love those cars. It took him 5 years of diligent part-time effort to replace his income and 10 years to build his income to $92,000, but after he finally understood a concept he calls build people, and people will build the business. Over the next 5 years, he earned over $10 million in commissions. Dale retired from building teams at age 39 to pursue other business interests. Over the past 25 years, he has operated network marketing support services, a training, consulting, and seminar company for career-minded network marketers. Dale has a weekly podcast at MLMsuccess.com, and his training portal, MLMhelp.com, has been online supporting network marketers for 25 years. Dale is a founder of the Network Marketing Leadership Development Academy, where he personally coaches full-time leaders from different companies in 7 countries around the world. Please help me welcome Dale Calvert.
We love you, Dale.
Words cannot express how sincerely overwhelmed I am to be right here, this time, and this place in the history of this country. And I am absolutely convinced that the majority of you really don't understand what you're looking at, where we are. So I'm going to cover as much as I can, as quick as I can, and I hope I speak to you. I believe this is the most, before we do this, I got to have some fun. I just got to do this. Sergi's not here, so.
Take your time.
Sergi does magic, I hear.
Yes.
Sergi, everything he does, smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. He does big illusions, you know, and it's all mirrors. You think you're seeing through, but you're not. I want to show you real magic.
Yeah.
Real magic. What color is this?
Red.
Red. Pink.
Red.
Real magic. No smoke, no mirrors. If I take, no sleeps. If I take this, and I just we don't have a big camera box, it's real slow, but if I can see it, and just real easily just poke it in my fist like this. If I can take that handkerchief, no, it's still here. If I can take the handkerchief and turn it from red to yellow, that would be a good trick, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But if I make it disappear, that's magic. So, it's kind of like what happens to your downlines, right? Right, too. So what's going to happen? Curry, come up here. I know you got a $100 bill.
Yes.
You better. You got a $100 bill, thank you. So when your downline disappears, what do? See, we have to keep it on the money or the benefits or whatever. So if I take Curry's $100 bill, make a little tube out of it, and we look. And there. Thank you. I got started, I did magic when I was, my first magic show was I was 7 years old, and I did it for a bunch of preschoolers. My aunt ran a daycare, so I got to do my first show, and then after that I moved and I met a friend. The dude in the red jacket, that's my buddy, or he was. His name was Alan, and I said, so we decided we're going to get together, we're going to be like Zeke and Roy, we're going to do our own show and stuff, and I did all the advertising, put up billboards and stuff all over the town, and we'll do birthday parties, and our phone started ringing, and it's like we had 7 shows booked, and I was so fired up. we're going to make $5 a show. This is a long time ago. We're going to make $5 a show. And then and I kept calling this kid, and I said, look, Alan, we got to practice. And he said, Dale, Batman's getting ready to come on. I said, dude, we got to practice. We have shows to do. We have people that are paying us. Well, I got to do homework. Why do you have to do homework? Well, goodness, homework's not going to make you no money, man. And I was back and forth with him, and finally I had to have a meeting with him, and I said, look, here's the 7 shows we have. You pick 4, I'll take the other 3, and we're parting ways. Because the guy wouldn't practice his craft. That are not willing to practice their craft. You can't build a business with people that want to do it real bad. Oh, I just want to do this. Well, let's get to work. Practice alone doesn't even make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. And you aren't doing diddly. You guys are wearing yourself out trying to work with people that are never going to do it. It's just as important to get rid of the wrong people as it is to keep the right people.
Amen.
The only reason that you recruit somebody is to eliminate them as soon as possible. And I am serious. I'm serious. People think I'm joking. I'm not joking. I'm going to love them. I'm going to take care of them. But daggone it, if you're not going to do this business, get the heck out of my way. You can come back 2 years from now, 3 years from now, when it's obvious to the masses, but you're not pulling me down or nobody else until that time comes. And this is just the way I feel. I believe it. And I'm going to cover some stuff that helps me feel this way. I've heard Kelly Benson say 3 or 4 times on 3 or 4 different calls. He said, there are people going to bed every night praying for what we have to offer. And if you've heard Kelly, you've heard him say that. Travis alluded to it this morning, same thing. And while you're out there trying to take ducks and send them to Eagle School and make ducks eagles, you're missing people. You're missing good people. And see, I understand when every time Kelly said this, it's like, oh, I so get this because in 1980, that was me. This is the summer in 1980, before I joined my first network marketing company. I had a great childhood. I did. I thought I was going to be a Major League Baseball player, and I threw my arm out when I was a sophomore. And my life kind of went downhill from there. I got kind of with the wrong crowd at the wrong time, in the wrong place. And my parents, everybody was worried about me. And then I got hired at IBM, and everybody said, Dale, you've got it made. You're at IBM. You're at the greatest company in Central Kentucky. Stay there, work hard. Great things are going to happen for you. So I got 2 quick promotions. And then I got to a point where 70% of that big company was at that level. So I'm waiting for somebody to retire or die before I can move up. And it's like, I like my coworkers, but if he would kick the bucket, then maybe I can get the next promotion. You're kind of mixed up. And I was really mixed up. And I had trouble getting to work on time. And I had trouble getting back from lunch on time. And I just had trouble. And it's like, we're going to fire you, Dale. You got 1 chance left. So they sent me to the basement. Where that red arrow is, it's a basement. And they call it the Employee Awareness Class. And at the Employee Awareness Class, he said, we're going to send you here for a week. And if you don't get your act together after 1 week, then we're going to fire you then. This is your last warning. So I went down there the first morning, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, me and a bunch of corporate people, a bunch of red tie people, all these people from IBM, and we're sitting there, and this guy gets up and says, we're going to do a film strip today to show you about IBM. And they do this film strip, and it's the history of IBM, and Tom Watson, and why you should be so thankful that you worked at IBM. And I'm just sitting there just nodding off like this. I'm going to sleep. in a factory for the rest of their life anyway. And I started looking at these people around me, and I said, man, how long have you been here? He said, well, I've been here 9 years. I said, are you going to stay here? No, I'm not going to stay here. One day I'm going to do this. One day I think I'm going to do that. And I talked to somebody, I said, how long have you been here? I said, 21 years. 21 years? Why are you still here? Because, Dale, I only got 9 more years to retire. And I'm thinking, looking around me, Dale, that's where you're going, man. And I got so aggravated and frustrated. I went to lunch, came back, and then he pulled out a big boom box. He got out a big boom box. He pulled out these tape sets, put it on his desk, and he popped open these tapes and he said, we're going to listen to one of these every day for the next 5 days. And he popped in the tape. And I heard a guy that talked more country than me. The tapes he put in was Zig.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, you are where you are in your life because of what's gone into your mind. And the only way to change where you are is change what goes into your mind. And it hit me like so true. Dale, look at who you've been hanging out the last couple of years with. Look at what you've been telling yourself. Look at your attitude. So to make a long story short, during the break that afternoon, I went up to the instructor and I said, I have to borrow those cassettes. I want to borrow them. And he said, this is official IBM property. It is not allowed on IBM. I said, man, this guy has really touched me. I said, I promise you, I'll have them back to you tomorrow. But I need to listen to, I need to borrow them. And he said, this is official IBM property. I said, listen, dude. I said, listen to me. I'm going to be here a week. I promise you, you can let me borrow them tonight, and I'll get them here. I'll bring them back in the morning, or they're going to be missing before this week is over. And he looked at me like, no wonder you're down here, young man. It's like, no, but I mean it. And he said, okay, if you go get a bag, go do this, wait till everybody leaves, and blah, 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 blah. I said, I'll do it. I took those tapes home. I went to Kmart. Y'all remember the 99-cent packages of cassettes you could buy for 3 tapes for 99 cents? I bought a bunch of them. I bought 2 cassette tape players. I spent the next 8 hours that night sitting down, push play here, push and record here. I recorded every one of them. And I know it was against the law, but do you think I really cared at that point in time in my life?
No.
I didn't. And I recorded the whole thing. And here's what I realized. I got to have a business. Zig wasn't talking about business, but I realized I got to have a business. And I told my best friend, I got to have a business. And I started sending away for all these grow earthworms in your basement stuff. Y'all heard seen that back in the day. How to get rich growing earthworms in your basement. How to get rich cleaning people's carpets. How to get rich doing anything through these magazines. I just started sending away for all these packs. And my buddy that I taught said, I'm going to start a business. He's knocking on my window one night. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. Some girl had drugged him to Columbus, Ohio for a Shackley meeting. And he had this cassette. And he said, Dale, you need to listen to this. I said, well, what is it? He said, you need to listen to it. And he said, if you like it, they're going to have a meeting coming up, and I can get you in on this meeting. And I said, cool. So the next day, I'm going to work, and I put the tape in. And I got to work, and the tape's still going. And I was late getting into work that day again, because I turned it over to listen to the other half. And when I got out of work that day, I went home and called my guy, and I said, guy, where's this meeting at? I want to check this out. This sounds phenomenal. And he said, Dale, I'll find out. I'm not sure. Let me ask my girlfriend, and we'll find out. And I waited 2 days, and he didn't call me back. Guess who called him? I called him again. I said, where's this meeting? I want to find out more about this. Well, Dale, I don't even know if they're going to have it now. Well, I said, you got to find me a meeting that I can go to. I said, I got to find out what's going on. Now, compare that to the way that you prospect with your people. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm hunting them down. finally, I said, look, you got to find a meeting. So he found one. And he told me where it was. And he said, me and my girlfriend are going to be there. I said, I got the address, I'll go. And I went, and there was 8 people in the room. There was 3 people that were in, and us 3 on the front row. I was sitting in the center. I had on a sweatsuit. This real professional lady was on beside me, and this real tall dude was on beside me here. This guy goes through and started talking about all this. And once he said residual income, it's over. Hey, you can create residual income. So when it's over, the guy that's doing it comes up to me, or to the group, and he's looking at us 3, tall dude, me, and real sharp lady, corporate type. And he said, ma'am, how did you feel about the meeting, blah, 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 what did you think? And she said, well, I'm so busy, and boss, I'm busy, you know, I'm a busy person. Everybody wants me for everything. I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. She says, oh, I don't think I can do the business. And she walks out. And then he's like, I'm next, right? It's her, then me, then the skinny dude. So she leaves, and he does exactly like this. He went right past me. Right to the skinny dude. And it's what? I'm next. You just asked her, I'm next, man. No, you aren't next. He went to the skinny dude. And the skinny dude said, Bubba, ask my wife. And my wife, and you know, last time I did my wife, and I better ask my wife. And I'm thinking, he's a wimp. He's a wimp. Because if I was him, I would have went home and told my wife, honey, I have found something that's going to change our life. We're doing this. You know, that's what I would have done. But he's just sitting there, my wife, my wife, my wife. And so he walks out. So it's just me and this guy. And he looks at me like this. And I'll never forget that. He said, what do you think about it? I said, I'm ready to do it. He said, it costs $300, man. You don't look like you have $300. I said, I don't, but I can find it. I can get it. I can get it. And he said, all right then. Go do this, go do this, go do this. Meet me here this point in time, whatever, like a week later. So I got my hair cut, and I was in business.
Oh, yeah.
It changed my life. It put me on a path that blows my mind today. And we don't understand what we're taking to the marketplace. We're giving people hope. We're giving people hope. And we have to wrap our brains around what we're really doing here. See, a lot of you hear people talk like this, but daggone it, I've lived it. I have lived this. I know what this profession can do for people. I hate to think what would have happened to me if I hadn't found network marketing. It blows my mind. We have the most phenomenal business model in the world, and we take it for granted. We take it for granted. 74% of the American population hate their job. Hate their job. And we want to be politically correct when we talk to them. We don't want to make their feathers ruffle any. Guys, for some people, you're the only hope they got. You got to understand that. You got to get real about what we have to offer people. There's been so much BS that's been propagated throughout this profession in the last 20 years. It blows my mind. About 4 or 5 years ago, I was at somewhere, I think it was Miami, and this well-known network marketing trainer gets up, and for 15 minutes he's talking about, don't talk bad about somebody's job. They won't join you if you talk bad about somebody's job. You know, we got to take care of somebody's job, That's BS. I got so frustrated, I went home, I did a podcast, and I said, beat their job to death with a 2x4 and throw them under the bus. And see, y'all don't like that, some of you. And I understand that, but it's true. It's sincerely true. I remember 12 years ago, I had a company, they hired me. I was doing 2 Super Saturdays every month in 24 different cities in the U.S. and Canada. And I went to Atlanta, and there were 1,700 people there for a Super Saturday. And back in the day, I would wear really weird stuff. I would take my shoes off, you know, during a presentation. I had on this purple suit. I was crazy. I was not, but I tried to get people's attention. And anyway, this particular event, at the end of it, I had 100 courses to sell, funded proposals, which was called self-liquidating leads, and I sold all of them. And part of that was you got a 15-minute phone consultation. 99% of the people would never use it. One person, 2, 3 called. They set the time with the office. This lady calls me. And keep in mind, she's with this company, and I was hired by this company. And she called me, and we got talking, and she said, you know, I love my job. I have a really good job. She said, I've been there 22 years. But I need $1,000 extra a month because I want to keep my kids in private Christian school. She said, that's why I'm doing this business. And I said, what? You just want $1,000 a month? That's all you're looking for? Yeah, that's all I need, $1,000 a month. I said, you don't need to be doing network marketing. I got quiet quick, didn't it? You know, sell hammers at the flea market. Do something else. Network marketing is about wealth generation. It's about changing people's lives forever. It's not about an extra few $100 here or there. There's easier ways to do it. And I just told her, I said, look, I'm not going to give you a refund on your course, but I have one that sells for a whole lot more than that, and it's on how to make money with eBay and online auctions. I'm just going to send that to you. And I sent it to her. Because that's the best thing for her. We don't have to sponsor everybody. We aren't looking for everybody. So, 90 days later, she contacted me. She made power sell with eBay, which is really kind of significant for that. And we ended up starting a business together. And 2 years later, she became my wife. And she is the backbone of every stand-up to everything that we do. You gotta love people enough to tell them the truth, guys. So Zig Ziglar taught us, you are working your life because of what's going into your mind. The only way to change where you are is change what goes into your mind. Most of the people that you're trying to work with, I don't care what kind of system you have, what kind of lead generation program, they have mindset issues. And we have to help people get past that. We have to help people get control of what they're telling themselves every day. This is much of a mindset business as it is a product business. It really is. It sincerely is. Network marketing was born out of the personal development profession, movement. That's how network marketing started to begin with. Zig also tells us you can have anything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. How many of you know that quote? Okay, now, I was in New York City 4, 5, 7, 6 years ago. I'm doing a Saturday morning Program Your Mind 3-hour event. I come in Friday night. The owner says, we're having a dinner with our leaders. Would you mind coming? I said, all right, I'll come. I really would just rather have a Chick-fil-A sandwich and go to sleep, but I'll come and hang out with you guys. So I go, and it's this dinner, and we're sitting down, and he comes up, and he says, could you take about 10 or 15 minutes and say something to the team? And it's like, man, you hired me for 3 hours tomorrow. I don't want to talk to nobody right now. He said, would you just say something to help the team? I said, all right. I said, how many? I said, all you guys are leaders, right? Yeah. Write down your top 3 leaders on your team. Write down your top 3. Just write them down. I said, cool. Everybody got your top 3 people? Cool. Now, beside their name, write specifically exactly why they're doing this business. Well, they want more money. No, not no more money. More money for what? What do they want the money for? It was just like deer. Just staring me in headlights. Have y'all ever heard zig? You can have anything like you want if you do what? Help other people get what they want. How can you help somebody get what they want when you don't know what it is? That's 101 network marketing in my world. I just don't understand how off track this profession has gotten. I love it, but I despise it. If you're on our team, just real quick, let's just show you. If you're on our team, what are your top 3 reasons? And you guys better have them with you. Reach in your wallet, your purse, pull out your top 3 reasons. And anybody else? Curry Russell may have his. May. I wouldn't have bet money on it. Wow. Y'all stand up. Wave your reasons. Cool. Give them a yeah. Don, real quick, make a note of everybody on our team that didn't stand up. This business is not difficult. It's not. But we just violate stuff. We get into much of a hurry. Build people. People will build the business. This is what this is about. This is what it's about. Where have all the network marketing millionaires gone? See, back in my day, all we talked about was millionaires. Back 25 years ago, you could walk into any network marketing company, any of them, and say, tell me the story of somebody that's joined you in the last 5 years. They had no network marketing background, and they're making $100,000 plus a year right now. Every company was full of stories like that. Where have all the millionaires gone? The comp plans have gotten better. The products are better. Where are the millionaires? Any of you remember when this came out? I'm just curious, anybody in here as old as I am? That was 1995. The industry peaked in 1995. That was the last great year in this profession. That was it. Man, we were rolling. So much fun. When this came out, 1995, network marketers were walking on air because we knew we had the greatest opportunity in the history of the world for people. Now, mainstream media, because it really was Success Magazine back in 1995, was recognizing this industry, and we were at an all-time high. And then what happened? We realized, oh, there's others out there like us. It was a real closed culture until 1995. And then they started realizing there's a lot of other companies out there. Well, maybe we could just start recruiting them to join us. And that's kind of what happened. The business model hasn't changed. The comp plans are better. The products are better. But leadership has changed. Leadership has changed. Brian Tracy said, the best leaders don't create followers. They create other leaders. Think about that for a minute. How many followers you got? I don't have a flying flip what a follower is, much less how many I have. How many future leaders do I have on my team? That's the only thing I care about. How many people do you have, Dale? I don't know. I don't care. How many future leaders do I have? How many people do I have that are coming down this road and they're getting better and better and better and better? Not sitting here on the MLM social club, right where they've always been. How many are coming down the road? How many are getting better? That's all I really care about. I got to hurry up. I'm not going to cover that. All right, this is awesome. This is an article I didn't write. Dave Clemens did. It's called "The Land of 10,000 Unrecruited Heavy Hitters," and he's talking about no company's creating this momentum by bringing massive amounts of new distributors from outside the industry the 80s and very early 90s. Today, everybody seems to be into retreading existing distributors over and over and dreaming about landing the big heavy hitter. The industry has become sluggish, lazy, and one filled with a lot of spoiled opportunists looking for something as close to nothing as possible. Does that sound like your teams? Honestly? That's the profession. We're trying to build a business, and that's our market. And you know what's really sad? This was written 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Eight months before that article was written, I wrote this article. It was for owners and corporate officers in network marketing. It was called Inspired Greatness or Cater to Mediocrity. And in this article I said, I believe that this industry has to return to our roots of personal development, personal growth. We must create a culture that inspires our people to learn, grow, develop, become all they can become. We've forgotten personal development in this profession. I sold my company a year later. They ended up merging with Vitamart, Big Al. Some of you may have known that company. And I'm done. I've said everything, done everything. I can't do this anymore. And then my phone started ringing, and network marketing support services were kind of born. And it allowed me to travel all over the world and speak with a lot of people. And I can come in and I can do an event and I can share some stuff that will help people. But the problem is that they go right back into the same culture that they've been in, which is, you know, come on man, let me high five you, call you a rock star, and you ain't even talk to your mom. Who have we been bullying? This is not a business. Network marketing is not a business. It's a giant social club with people that want to be able to tell their relatives that they have a business and show them their business card. That's what this is. That's what it is. It's ridiculous, in my opinion. I despise it, honestly. I despise it. I do. That's our competition. It drives me crazy. If you have not read this book, it's phenomenal. It was written in 1991 when network marketing really was the greatest opportunity in the history of the world. In 1991, if you were in it in 91 and you were building, you never had so much fun in your life as you were having in 1991. Man, 91, 92, 93, 94, that was the height of network marketing. I mean, it was phenomenal until 95, and then Success Magazine came out and messed all of it up. And honestly, that's what's happened to this profession. And what we do is we spend so much time trying to, with the wrong people. We have all this stuff going on, and we don't understand. We're building a team. If you find 3 leaders a year that want it as bad as you do, in 3 years you're a superstar. But you keep trying to get Aunt Martha to get on Tina and Kelly's call over and over and over. Leave Aunt Martha alone. She's not going to do it. Next. Amateurs trying to convince people. Professionals sort through the numbers. You're looking for the right person at the right time in their life. Period. End of story. End of story. That's how you build this, guys. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. It's not difficult. It's just been gotten so far off course to what it really takes. It blows my mind. Your group is only going to be as strong as its weakest link. I heard a preacher one time. He said if we could see the future, we'd all be millionaires.
Said no, they won't.
And I felt like standing on my pew and saying, no. No, we wouldn't. Not if we don't take advantage of what we see. 2 weeks before I heard about APLGO, I said, I'm selling out all my intellectual properties, all my websites. I'm getting out. Dawn and I had bought 4 e-commerce businesses last year. I had other stuff. I've got grandkids. I invest in sports cards and some other off-the-wall type investments. And I've done all I can do. I've said all I can say for 40 years. The industry's gone too far. It's never coming back. And I got to get out of it. Or I just got to get out of it. And I told Curry this. He knew when I listed with the broker. And Curry called me. He said, Dale, I know you're not going to do this, but I'm obligated. And Tina and Kelly will kick me out if I don't call you. That's what he said. And we talked, and he knew. He said, I know you're not going to. I know where you are at. We had honest conversations. He said, you're not going to do this. He said, but I need to let you know. And a couple days after that, or a couple hours after that, Tina and Kelly called. We had a real good, honest conversation. And they knew. And then you two called. Gordy and Kelly. And one day, I guess I'll get the whole story, but I'm kind of thinking you two put them on calling me.
My wife. It was my wife.
Okay, well, I don't want to know right now. It doesn't matter. But there's very few people in the world that could have called me that I would have. And it wasn't that I wasn't hearing these people. It was, I'm done. The decision has been made. The broker has been called. I'm done. It's been awesome. 40 years. Phenomenal. But I'm done. And he said, Gordy said, well, Dale, we're going to do this, and we kind of wished, hope maybe you would be our sponsor. And I said, look, I will join only so I can sponsor you. And I told you on the phone, because it's you, I will join. And I joined, and I said, I will join, you'll have a link tomorrow. And you can join. But I'm not doing it. That night, I'm laying in bed, and I'm thinking, I wish I hadn't told Gordy that. And I don't want to tell him no, but I just wish I hadn't told him that. And I'm thinking about this. And then I realized, I'm looking at this through the wrong pair of glasses. I'm looking at this like it's a USA startup. This is not a USA startup, Dale. You're looking at this through a totally different pair of glasses. Dale, this is a 9-year-old company. It was 8 years old. It's already established. It's not what we could do, might do, should do, could possibly do. Dale, the product's based upon science. You know who Dr. Roman Dale is. You've seen the book. This is science-based. Dale, they've gone from 10 million to 100 million in the last 5 years around the world. What's going to happen when they do that in North America, Dale? Remember what Gary Brown said? We could all be millionaires and we could just see the future. This is the future, Dale. Here it is. It's here. Look at this company. 70% of the industry gets their products from the same couple of companies. They're manufacturing their own product. They're paying out 63%. Dale, what the heck is wrong with you? I got up and it's like, oh my gosh. And I was so aggravated. And Dawn's like, I'm waking her up. What's wrong with you? I said, we're going to have to do this. And she said, why? I said, because I'm too smart not to. I understand what's coming. I understand what's coming. I said, we got to do this. And when we decided, and I said, but I'm not doing this, Dawn, like I've ever done anything that you've ever seen me do. I said, I'm going to do this the way it's got to be done. And I told everybody on it, look, I don't care. This is what we're doing. If you don't want to fill out your top 3 and top 20 reasons before you talk to your mama, we aren't for you. And I mean, really, I'm going to do it exactly. I'm not going to bend. I'm going to do it the way I know that it has to be done. And when I say launch, people 5 years from now, they're going to say, well, how do you launch your business? I'm going to create a track record for our launch. I said, I'm going after this 16 hours a day for the first 30 days. And we did. I didn't put the phone out for 30 days. I hit this as hard as I've hit anything in my life. Because I'm not going to take any excuses from my team. And I'm going to lead by example. And that's the way I feel about this. And I'm going to wrap it up. Listen, you don't have to be the sharpest tool in the shed to understand what's getting ready to happen in North America if we do it right. And I mean all of us. If we do it right. And that's a big if. But if we do it right. Again, now I'm going back too far. Let me keep it. Only two things that can stop this company. Only two. Tina and Kelly had a thing in Arizona. I wanted to be there. We had some personal family things going on with Don's dad. We have other e-commerce businesses. It was a terrible time. I couldn't come to Arizona. I wanted to be there. Many of you were there. And I called Curry that morning. And I said, get out a sheet of paper. He said, what do you? I said, Curry, get out a sheet of paper. Write this on note. Because I knew that Sergi was going to be there. And I said, when you get there, I just want you to do me a favor. Just hand him this note. And Curry wrote this. And this is what the note said. There's only two things that can stop this company. Greed and ego. Don't let that happen.
Yep.
That goes for all of us. Every distributor, every corporate officer, every person in the shipping department, everybody. Everybody. We have something beyond special here. Beyond special. I want to have a 5-year run here. I am so fired up about it. I mean, I get chills. I'm so thankful that I get to do this one more time. Just one more. It blows my mind that I get to do this one more time. Because I was done, guys. The stars are not going to line up ever again. There's just always a problem. But man, and I want to tell you guys, I'm not here to make friends with any of you. None of you. I'm not here to make friends. I will, but that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to do business. I'm here to do something that's never been done in this profession ever. And I get to be part of it. You know, it blows my mind. I was a 20-year-old snot-nosed kid that didn't have a clue what he was doing when I got involved in this industry. I've made millions of dollars. I've earned every bit of it. But I know where we're at, man. I always wanted to be part of Herbalife, be part of A.L. Williams. I just don't, what if you could be part of something that big? I believe we can be. I sincerely do. But we can't mess this up. I'm going to take care of me for you. You take care of you for me. And we all have to take care of the goose that's laying the gold egg. Does that sound like a plan?
Yep.
It is. It's a plan. If we do this right, we can create more millionaires than any company in history. Sergi said that's his goal. We can do that. But we got to inspire greatness. We can't cater to mediocrity. We got to believe in people on our teams until they can believe in themselves. We got to love people enough to tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And we got to understand this is not a business about just keeping people fired up and on auto ship one more month. To me, that's the whole profession now. It's like, it's a big social club whose number one goal is to keep people fired up and on auto ship one more month. It's like, I don't want no part of that. There wasn't even auto ship available when I started. Think about that. How was I going to make money? I had to help them make money. Not convince them to stay on auto ship. Help them make money. It's how we make money. It's the way it should be. I keep going on, but I got to get to the end because I haven't even looked at my time. But my hope is that we understand we got something that maybe you have to be as old as I am to really appreciate it. I don't know. But I hope we got in the palm of our hands the opportunity to change more lives than any company in history. The stories that can come from this. I mean, when I look at our team, I see a bunch of people that I know where they are and I know where they could go, and it fires me up. It just fires me up. I can't sleep thinking about it. And you know what? Most of them are going to fail. Most of the people that join, half of them, the start's going to stop most of them. But it doesn't take too many to really progress and move forward. And if you can find 3 people a year that are serious about it as you are, and really, really, really focus your time, energy, and effort and help those people, the sky's the limit. My hope, my prayer for all of us down the road when they're talking about this, they're talking about APLGO. This is my vision of APLGO. That APLGO creates millionaires.
Yep.
And I hope you guys are part of it. Thanks for